Coping with imprisonment. Coping means dealing with stress in different ways. Some prisoners might use drugs or mentally pull away from the world. Others might study or work out. Prisoners could also deal with things by going to court or using formal grievance procedures. In prison, where being able to care for yourself is valued, this could be seen as a good way to adapt. Prisoners may use different coping strategies to deal with stress, such as problem-focused, task-oriented, and emotion-focused coping. Some studies have found a link between avoiding and focusing on feelings as a way to cope in psychological distress. Researchers in this field should remember that prisons have unique social conditions that could make it hard for people to use different coping strategies. Social support. Social support is the help we get from other people. Sidney Cobb defines social support as hearing from others who care about and value you. There are many ways to get social support, such as from family, friends, and intimate partners. Studies have shown that social support can help reduce psychological stress. Prisoners, in general, may find that the only people who can help them are other prisoners. They might be afraid to ask for help from other prisoners if it makes them look weak and leaves them open to being used. In that case, programs like the Listener's Scheme could be very important. The experience of female prisoners. In some countries, women comprise a significant portion of the prison population. Researchers have found that female prisoners experience higher levels of psychological distress than male prisoners. It could be because they are more likely to be mothers or single mothers. Women in prison worry about their children's health and whether they will be cared for by the government. In a survey of women prisoners, Her Majesty's Chief Inspector of Prisons found that more than half of them had not received social support after being locked up. Since women are more likely to break the law because of drugs, this is a cause for concern. The U.S. Department of Justice has suggested ensuring that children can see their mothers when they are not in school. Experiencing life imprisonment. In 2003, 9% of all prisoners in England and Wales were serving life sentences. In 2004, 4% of prisoners in Australia were serving a life sentence. People who are in prison for life are sometimes called lifers. Most prisoners worry about how their time in prison might hurt their relationships with people outside of prison. Some people with life sentences may find that they are especially stressed because they do not know what will happen next, which is exactly what they want to avoid. There can also be worries about how stable their environment is. Her Majesty's Inspector of Prisons did find that this group had high levels of mental distress, but the high trouble levels in this group might not be caused by being locked up. Mental problems could have played a role in crimes committed by these people. Conclusions. There seems to be a lot of stress in prison because of how it looks and people act, but each prisoner is different, and the things that stress them out and how they try to deal with them are also different. Some groups of prisoners, like those given a life sentence or mothers, have to deal with extra stress. Other vulnerable groups in prison have not been taken into account here.